Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, today we're going to have a little conversation on fear that people are consistently trying to instill on those that want to invest in the Pokemon hobby. I just find it so funny that there are people out there that are trying to make you actually scared. But before we continue, guys, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, guys. I'm so grateful. So let's continue. Um, so yeah, there are people out there that are just trying to scare you guys. It's so funny. They'll tell you that you shouldn't invest in the Pokemon hobby because booster boxes are no longer $80 to $90 per box. Um, which makes no sense because if you're trying to invest, you're still going to be very, very fine in the long term. It really has nothing to do with what's happening right now. Of course, we would all like to buy booster boxes at $80 or $90 a box, but that's just not the reality. And you have to make a decision. Either you buy at these prices, or if you can possibly buy at MSRP, if you could find deals, if you could catch the drops at the Pokemon Center, then do so. Or you could just slow down. Slow down, bide your time, put some money together, buy a box. All you got to do is buy one box at a time. You don't have to buy cases. You really don't. And you'll still be fine in the long term. But there are people out there, once again, that are going to tell you that it's not worth it anymore because you can't buy a box for $80 to $90 a box, which is obviously not true. They'll sit here and try to call you a Timmy because you look foolish, or they think you look foolish buying a box at $200, $250, when it's clear that we all had opportunities to buy boxes at $200, $250, and they're all still growing. People are still profiting. People are still selling into this bull market. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And I just find it funny that there are people out there that simply want the market to crash. They just absolutely want everything to crash. They want the whole thing to burn to the ground. They want everything to be worthless and have absolutely no value. Why? It's just so that they can buy more. It's the funniest thing in the world. They're telling you not to invest, but then they just want to buy more. And they'll tell you this with a background full of product. It's just the funniest thing in the world. I just it makes no sense to me. If you can buy a booster box at $250 and you're going to hold it for the long term, this means 3 to 5 years. You will profit. That box will probably double in value, if not more, depending on the product that you have. So you could have bought Destined Rivals at $200, 220, 250, and many didn't want to buy it at that price because it wasn't an MSRP. And that's fine. You live with the choices that you make. I turned down some really good offers, and I live with the choices that I make. But I am definitely not upset because there's still opportunities out there. You can make plays, or you could just buy some and hold it for the long term, anyways. I don't know. I just find it weird for people to just want bad things to happen to the hobby just because they can't have it the way that they want it, even though they had it that way for so long. It just isn't reasonable. It doesn't make sense. It's actually laughable. It's immature. You could have bought Bitcoin for cents. You could have bought it for a cent at one point, and we weren't buying it, clearly. Or else we would be really wealthy. The guys who made those kind of moves back then, all those years ago, are really wealthy right now. But people are still buying Bitcoin, even though they're upwards of $70,000 per Bitcoin. So you're buying just portions of it, even though it actually costs so much. But you're going to tell me that you can't invest into a Pokemon booster box? You could buy the whole thing, not a portion of it like you would with Bitcoin, a whole thing, and you will be fine in the long term. But they'll tell you not to invest, and then they'll tell you to invest into Bitcoin. That's just an example. It's just so funny. I find it laughable, to be honest. Yeah. The only person or people who are at risk of anything are the flippers, who clearly you guys are still buying from because you're buying at market, which I don't blame you for. If you want to buy it and you're going to hold it for the long term, you're fine. The only people that are in any kind of danger when it comes to the market crashing or going back down to MSRP are flippers, resellers. The people who are buying to resell or flip right now are the only ones in danger of anything. You could buy a box at $250 right now and it could drop to 200, and because you're holding, you have lost no money. You have literally lost none. What you could do is just buy more and dollar cost average, and that's it. That's the worst you can do, which is actually still pretty good. You'll hold that box, and over time, it'll still gain value way past the point that you bought it at. So I just don't understand that when you apply logic to everything that's being said, I absolutely don't understand it, and I clearly don't agree with it. Just people trying to instill fear into you. It's just the funniest thing in the world, and they live on it. They like, I don't know, they absorb that energy. It's the kind of community that they want. They'll laugh and point the finger at you when, in reality, you could make a play and still be winning a few years down the line from now if you are truly trying to invest. How are you going to get hurt long term? How will you get hurt? Please tell me. Just let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, please, because I understand that you could get priced out. Trust me, I truly get it. A box being too expensive for your taste or too expensive for you to just simply afford, that's fine. But it is also fine to take a step back, right? It really is. You know, you're not going out there buying a Lamborghini. You're going to go ahead and buy what you can afford, and that's fine. And a lot of the time, you can actually just take a step back, put some money together, and buy a box. It doesn't hurt to just buy one box at a time, one step at a time, and you'll be fine. Of course, you couldn't buy as much as before, but that's just not the reality that we're in right now. And you have to live in what we're dealing with today. You can't live in 2 years ago. You can't live in 3 years ago. It just isn't happening. You can't. You got to live in what we're dealing with right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. You being told, your mind, your brain being twisted, you're being told by people that things are crashing at every opportunity they can get. If the market consolidates, if something stagnates, even though it's still selling, but prices are not skyrocketing, they're starting to tell you that it's crashing. It's just simple consolidation. It's stagnation. It's fine. Things don't have to keep shooting to the moon. They can flatten out in value, but sales are still happening. The hobby is still healthy. People are still dumping money into the hobby. Investors are still coming into the hobby. So I don't get it. Just put logic to the things you hear. Go ahead. I listen to everyone, right? I go out and I will listen to everyone. I'll listen to what they have to say, and I'll pick and choose the things that I actually take with me. I will use logic. I'm not going to just let someone twist my mind and convince me into being scared of investing when I know long term I'm going to be perfectly fine. I'm actually going to be better than whatever I am right now. So, I mean, let me know, guys. What do you guys think? I don't know. It's really disturbing to see, to be honest. Um, it's disturbing to see. People just drive their communities based off of this. That's all. They're using people in their own ways to earn their own profits, whether it be through YouTube or other social medias, and just get you riled up and just use that for their own advantage, to be honest. It is what it is. I mean, we just have to be smarter than those people that are trying to just use you. I gain nothing, for example, from telling you that you will benefit in the long term. I gain absolutely nothing. If the market were to take a downturn and it would things would drop down to MSRP, I could just buy more. I'm not gonna get hurt by it. I'm not gonna get upset by it. I could just buy more at a more affordable price, and that's fine. You know, there are a lot of people waiting for things to drop down to MSRP so that they could buy more. But how long will that actually take? You will literally miss out on tons of sets that will never be MSRP, and they'll probably rotate out before they reach MSRP. Prismatic Evolutions, we're nearing a year. Surging Sparks has been out for a year and has never been MSRP. Aside from if you did some pre-orders or just at the beginning, it took off instantly once it came out. Hasn't been MSRP since then. It's been a year, and here we are. One more year, right, is the estimated time that a set goes out of rotation. One more year, and Surgeon Sparks, from what they say, will no longer get printed after 2 years, right? We already anticipate that this will not die within the next year, right? We anticipate that this will lead with much health into 2027. So that means surging won't be around for MSRP. You can't keep waiting on that. At that point, Prismatic will have close to 2 years at the time. Destined Rivals will have somewhat of a year and a half. Journey Together will have somewhat of a year and a half. I mean, how long are you really going to wait? They're not going to keep printing booster boxes. You can get those ancillary products, no problem. You can get all these collection boxes that are coming out, but booster boxes are not going to just keep getting printed. It's not happening. So I think the real fear is in not being able to buy something when it's available. Waiting till things triple, quadruple in MSRP is what you're not supposed to be doing. Why would you buy into something when it's at like $500 if you had the opportunity to buy it at 200 to 250? You know, I understand things shouldn't be $300 coming out, right? At release, I agree, you know, booster boxes should not be $300. But if they are 225, maybe close to 250, pushing it, I would say it's not so bad. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because those are the standards set from this hype period. The market, myself, you guys, every single one of you guys that buys products, you guys are setting the market price. And you guys, as a whole, as a majority, have agreed that these are the prices that you guys are willing to pay. Not that you guys want, but you're willing to pay. You're settling for it. There's a sales, there's a listing up for $300 and you buy it. You have agreed that's what it's worth for you. And you are the market. And that's just the reality of it. If we're being honest, we have to also be accountable for everything as a person in the market, being part of the market. Hold yourself accountable for buying product at these prices and be mad at no one. Just take it for what it is. Buy things when you can, how you can, without overexerting yourself. And that's it. There's nothing to be afraid of. Every single product that you buy eventually, long term, will do well. Shrouded Fable it's the funniest thing in the world. I bought a case of Shrouded Fable on the Pokemon Center just because it was there. Simply because I knew that it being a Pokemon product, it would eventually gain value. Did I think it was going to gain value this fast? No way, no how. Nothing whatsoever close to this. I thought it was going to be a few years up until this product would gain any kind of value. And because of this hype period, it has like really skyrocketed compared to what it was. And that is just an insane tell of what buying a Pokemon product is like. Shrouded Fable, the worst set. You could probably dump it down with the worst sets in Sword and Shield and bunch it up with whatever is bad there, with Shining Fates, with Sword and Shield base. You could bunch it together with that. And even that stuff has increased in value over time. So, I mean, that's something I just wanted to say this so that you guys could actually take the time to think about it when there are people out there telling you to be afraid that it's all going to come down crashing. That's all emotional stuff. They're all trying to get into your emotions, trying to get you scared, trying to make you think that once you've bought something, you've already lost it. It's such a horrible way to go about things. It's such and just lie. Like, think about all the guys that you see are successful. Think about every single person you're watching on here that is actually successful. They've dumped loads of money in here. They've dumped it all. And they've all came out successful. They're examples to what you could do or possibly what you could be if you weren't scared and you took a little bit of risk. That's, I mean, I don't know how much better I can say it than that. I think it's plain as day. I think the way that people are just messing with you guys, using you guys for clickbait, for just for their algorithm, for them to earn some profits on here. I think it's pretty obvious, to be honest. It's just a ploy, simply that, to just get where they need to be as soon as possible and get as much as they can of it, you know, and then they'll sit here and tell you they were wrong, you know, and then they'll tell you they were trying to help you, which is really clearly not the case. You know, we've been here waiting for Prismatic, right? Who's been waiting for Prismatic to go down to MSRP? You know, everybody made it seem like Prismatic was crashing when it dropped down to $100 when it was originally $50 per ETB. Did it really crash? It corrected, came back down. Now it's shot back up. It's at 130 something dollars. I mean, once again, that's an example of holding for the long term. You know, some people suggested buying Prismatic for $140. I did not, which is fine. Um, but some people did. Now, I'm pretty sure if you did buy at 130 to $140, you'd be fine long term. The people that are emotionally involved were in for a insane ride. Emotionally, they were on an emotional roller coaster watching Prismatic drop down from 140 to $100. But eventually it was going to come back up. What was it going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? It was clearly going to be over $140 per ETB. I mean, it's just the truth. Um, I don't know. I just see people lying to you guys, just baiting you guys, just using you guys. And it's sad, really. It's sad. To confide in somebody like that or people like that is sad. For them to do it is sad as well. I mean, it just is. I know people are upset with some others, resellers, ripping shippers. You could be, there's no point. No point in pointing the finger. Somebody has to buy, right? Somebody's buying from the resellers. Somebody's buying from the ripping shippers, and the market is buying. For you to be upset at ripping shippers and resellers, you also have to be upset in the group that you're involved in, which is the market. The buyers are the market. You have to be upset with that group as well. And that's just the truth. Um, it is what it is. It's reality. I just wanted to put this out, like I said before. I wanted to put this out just to talk about all the fear that people are trying to instill in you. Um, that and it's like their insecurities. I spoke about. I just wanted to put this one little thing out as well. I spoke about a Twitter account that's notifying me ahead of Rattle's Discord. Nothing against Rattle's Discord, but there's a Twitter account that notifies me on drops way before that Discord channel notifies me. It's like literally like minutes later than this Twitter account. I forgot if it's called like Pokemon Restocks something news and restocks. I don't know, but they notify me really quickly. Way before that Rattle's Discord does notify me. And I put that into a live stream like literally 10 minutes ago. And somebody was already trying to accuse me of trying to sell them my Twitter. Like the guy was accusing me, telling me that nobody was gonna buy off me or buy my Twitter account. Like, what are you talking about? I literally was trying to help. And this person's insecurity, this person's fear was just being just projected out there. He was just trying to put it onto others because he didn't even have to respond, right? But he purposely put it in the chat because he put his fear onto others. He projected his fear and insecurities onto others. He was afraid that somebody was trying to convince him to pay for something that he was not going to find had value. And I wasn't even selling anything. I was literally just trying to help. But this is what's been happening in the hobby. Just people scared. They're convinced. They're fearful. They think they're gonna lose it all, or something like that. It's so weird. I think you should have a little more confidence in what Pokemon is, what it has become. I'm pretty sure that you have seen all the strength and health within this hobby, how strong it can be. I think history has shown you what investments years ago have turned into now. Um, and take that and move forward with it and make good choices. You know, you don't have to buy it all. I say this all the time. You can't buy it all. It's the reason why I'm not afraid to tell you guys in advance what you can do that may save you a buck or two. I did point out that in my Discord, which I do have a new Discord. It's in the description if you guys want to join. If I ever see anything, I'll tell you guys. I'll tell anyone. I can't buy it all. That's just a reality of it. Journey Together booster box cases were behind market price for what a booster box was worth. You understand it? That what I'm trying to say is that the booster box case was cheaper than what 6 individual booster boxes were worth for a small period of like 2 days. In my Discord, you would have known if you were in there. Not trying to make you join my Discord, but because it was the first place that I could contact someone and just let them know. You know, I can't just make a video. It's almost like worthless to make a 2-minute video trying to let you guys know that there's a booster box case available at a great deal. Like that's the only. I'm not gonna make a video just telling you guys the one thing. But if I have a channel or an avenue where I can contact people and let them know right away, I will. I mean, there's opportunities everywhere. But yeah, I'm kind of starting to ramble on about other things now. So I think this will be the end of the video. But I just wanted to, like I say it again, don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear. And there are plays out there. Sometimes under market as that Journey Together booster box case was. And if you guys are wondering, the booster box case was selling for like 1,400 to 1,450 or 1,500. It was somewhere in that realm. And the booster boxes, 6 of them added up to like 1,550, which means you were getting them for less than what 6 boxes cost without a sealed premium. So that's just that. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys found value in this video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so grateful for you guys. Just trying to help out and have fun with you guys on Pokemon investing. So yeah, guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.